thinking. It's been a long time. Like, girl, when were you gonna come out with the videos? Start getting on top of your channel. I know, y'all. I said the same thing to myself. And I just really realized that if not now, then when, right? So today is actually my first YouTube video, the first of many. And so today I decided to do, as you can tell by the title, freshman advice or college advice. If you don't know, I am a rising sophomore political science major at the illustrious Claflin University. I thought somebody who didn't go to Claflin said something. I'm just kidding, y'all. But without further ado, let's get into the video. All right, y'all. So I already went ahead and got my paper. I'm not going to show you my handwriting because it looks so bad. But I already got my paper, and I actually read out some things that I think are very vital for everyone's freshman year of college. And honestly, a lot of this can apply to if you're a freshman in high school. But specifically, we're going to be kind of referring to college, right? So the first thing that I have on my list is stuff considering your dorm and your school supplies. Y'all, I'm going to tell you right now. Do not be like me, okay? Do not be like me. I was a person who didn't take everything, but I took everything. And when I say took everything, y'all, I mean I had perhaps like 6 different boxes or bins, right? And then I had bags of stuff. And y'all, honestly, y'all, a lot of it was really for decor. But at some point during the year, y'all gonna realize that none of that decor matters. It really doesn't. Because it, you know, stuff happens. Yeah, stuff really does happen. And you're gonna be like, you know what? I'm not even gonna put this out no more. I'm gonna put it up. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're not really gonna use it. And all those like different clothes, don't even bring all your clothes, because what happened is most people end up ordering more stuff while they're there at school. So while you already have a lot of stuff, as you go throughout the year, you're accumulating your clothes, and then you're bringing back even more clothes. Like, and now you might need 2 different cars, right? So definitely be mindful of how much stuff you bring, because one, it's going to be a hassle moving in. Not even just moving in, but also moving out. And you do not want to stress yourself out. I promise y'all. School supplies. Here's the thing with school supplies. If you were like me, or if you are like me, you thought that going into college you were going to need different notebooks, different binders, tab dividers maybe, for some sticky notes, highlighters, pens, pencils. I was extra and bought a stapler or a hole puncher. I was extra, y'all. I was really extra. I don't know what possessed me in my right mind to do that, but baby, I did it. I did it, and I really cannot tell you why, but I did it. So, honestly, my advice that all you need as far as school supplies is a computer. It does not matter which kind you get. You can get a Dell, you can get a MacBook, whatever the case may be. You can even have an iPad. Some of the students at school don't even have computers. And if you don't, it's fine. As long as you have an iPad or something, because, you know, we're becoming more I'm going to enter the word right here. There you go. That word, right? So it's honestly good for you to have something like that. I will also advise you to maybe have 1 binder. You really don't even need a binder. I didn't have a binder. All I had was my computer and about 2 different notebooks. And as far as the hole punching, the stapler, baby, they had that in the classrooms. So you're just going to be spending unnecessary money. Like, you get what I'm saying? So save your money and just buy stuff that literally won't cost you a dime, or stuff that you can borrow from someone. So the next thing I do want to talk about is your classes. So concerning your schedule, building your relationships with your professors, how you manage your time, different types of tutoring. So one thing that I learned this year, I know people say it a lot, and you probably hear it a lot. 8 o'clock classes in high school won't compare to an 8 o'clock in college if you're not a morning person. Me, it wasn't even the fact of me getting up. It was the fact of me going, right? Because it's like, do I really want to go at this time in the morning? Especially when you're going from like the cold months. Oh, baby, my bed gonna see me. yeah, my bed's gonna see me, not my teacher. So honestly, be mindful of when you go to your advisor, or honestly, if you're at a school that allows you to pick your schedule, be mindful of that. You know, be mindful of your early classes, especially if you're a person that's kind of like a night owl or you do things during the night. Definitely be mindful about whether or not you know that you'll be able to go to class, or whether or not you would able to maybe handle getting up that early, or maybe even staying awake in that class. So definitely be mindful. The next thing is building relationships with your professors. Yeah, I promise that if you build your relationships with your professors, they will be so kind to you. And if you make that relationship or make that initiative in the beginning, let's say like because you participate in class all the time, you talk to them, you made yourself known, you did this X, Y, and Z for them, and let's say at the end of the year, you maybe took your final exam and it maybe weighed like 20%. Now, I'm pretty sure it's probably not going to weigh 20%, but let's say that it did. And because you didn't do so well, your grade has dropped below a grade that you didn't want or that you don't like, didn't expect, whatever the case may be. And so perhaps you can go to that teacher and say, hey, you know, I've been trying this whole year in your class. I really was being involved. I was participating, but you know, maybe at this moment I wasn't in the right headspace. I didn't necessarily understand, or I don't know where I went wrong. Is there any way that I can have a redo or maybe even extra credit? I promise it's not as scary as high school teachers make it. Right? As long as you present them with the opportunity to, you know, communicate with you, or that you communicate with them, I promise they will be some of the most generous people in the world. And while not every teacher, they don't do it, not every teacher does it. It really depends on the professor. They really do want you to succeed, right? And it's very, it's less common to find a professor who doesn't care for you. Some of the ones I know at Claflin are very well, like they just, if any of y'all watch this in the future, if any of y'all watch this in the future, we do love you at Claflin, and I'm so thankful to be at an institution where my teachers care for me. The next thing is tutoring. I advise y'all that if you do not understand a certain subject, to take tutoring. I promise there's no harm in asking for help. Take it from someone who had a problem with asking for help and sat there and struggled. I wish I was the person to say, you know what, I don't understand this. I'm not going to push myself beyond my limits to try and understand it on my own. But instead, I'm going to go to this person, or go to this this meeting, these peer counselor meetings, or these study sessions, and I'm really going to get the help that I need so that I can pass this class with the grade that I want. It doesn't affect my GPA, and I can make a really good grade in this class, right? So that's necessarily what you want. You don't want to wait until the last minute where you're literally drowning below the sea level, and it's hard to get back there where you want to be, right? My teacher said that it's harder to catch up than it is to maintain. And I honestly would give that advice to you guys. So make sure that you're really on it and that you ask questions. My mom's been telling me that since I've been in elementary school. So I really do advise you guys to ask questions. There's no harm in it. And even if you don't want to ask, like directly go to a person and ask them a question, or maybe do it in front of everybody, email that teacher, or even call them during their office hours, or go see them during their office hours. These are what professors and teachers are here for. They really want to help you. This is the biggest thing probably on my list. Right now, we're going to talk about, we're going to talk about, that's right, peer pressure. Now, peer pressure is something that a lot of people deal with, from elementary to middle to high school, right? And it doesn't stop there. It goes to college, and even after college, I'm pretty sure there's people who deal with peer pressure. So peer pressure can come in all types of forms, right? Or it can concern different types of things. You have peer pressure that concerns smoking, drinking, having sex, doing stuff that you normally wouldn't do, or doing stuff that's normally outside of your comfort zone. Honestly, I would tell you guys right now, being in a college environment, there are a lot of stuff that you may be introduced to that you're not used to. And honestly, there's no problem with you saying no to things that make you uncomfortable. And honestly, I would say that when you go to college and you know that there are certain things that you don't stand for, that you don't agree with, never be ashamed to really stick with what you know, or stick to what you've always believed in, right? Stand firm on your foundation. I promise there will be people who try to knock you or try to say that you should be relatable. You do not have to be relatable to anybody in those ways where you're uncomfortable. Really. I'm telling you because I'm speaking from experience. Most people know me as the church girl. I'm also a licensed minister. So a lot of people know me that way. And so being on a campus where I was introduced to so much, a lot of it, some of it, not a lot of it, but some of it made me uncomfortable just because I wasn't used to it. I wasn't used to being around people who did it. And so when you're put in a predicament where they're saying you should do this so you can be relatable, or you should do this so you can look cool or get cool points. No. But I will say as advice, even if you do not believe in something or you agree with something, you do not have to be judgmental. I will say that. That is the number one advice tip that I would give you. Never be judgmental. Just because you don't do it, while it may not be right to you, it can be right to somebody else. And who are you to say that what they're doing is wrong if it's not you that's doing it, right? We all are entitled to our opinions and our feelings. So just be respectable of other people's choices of what they do and their decisions in life, right? And you'll stay out of so much. Get involved. And you don't have to get involved in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You don't have to get involved in every single thing, but at least get involved in maybe like one to 3 different clubs, right? We have this thing at Claflin where we have SGA, we have SAB, and then we have different organizations like the NAACP. We do have an organizational fair during the fall, like when you first get there. So I would encourage you to really go around to each table, see what you're interested in, what catches your eye, and really get involved so that people know you, people know who you are, they know some things that you're interested in, and I promise it really gets you to network with other people, and you get to experience things you probably never experienced before. So many opportunities and so many different people who now can say, wow, you know what, I think this might be good for you because I've seen you in this, or I've seen you do this. So as when you get yourself involved in extracurriculars, you really are honestly setting the foundation for your leadership abilities or your leadership skills. So now people kind of trust you to be a leader, to be an example and be a role model, right? Because you've gotten involved, you put yourself out there, you're making good decisions, you're getting more people to follow you, and you know, you're just being a positive like vessel, like overall, right? Awesome. This is very important. Your mental health. Guys, I know going to class is important. I know being with friends is important. I know going to different extracurricular events are important. I know all of these things are very, very, very important, but so is your mental health. I was a person throughout the year, I struggled with my mental health very bad. Now, while people may not have known that, I knew that when I went into my room, the feelings that I were feeling were not feelings that I wanted or not feelings that I welcomed, but were brought upon me based on the things that I was going through or some of the people that I've encountered, different things that can affect your mental health. I was that person who was honestly crying in silence, right? And so I had to learn of different ways to deal with my mental health. So if that means taking a mental health day or a self-care day and not go to class or go to any different events, I did it. I really did. And so what I'm telling you is that there are some things and some people that you simply have to take a break from in order for you to regroup and regather yourself. Because honestly, I tell people all this all the time, that the only person that you have at the end of the day is yourself. And you cannot afford to lose yourself. You cannot afford to lose yourself. And so while I know this is supposed to be about advice in school, I honestly just want to make this general statement. If you are going through a mental health crisis, know someone who is, I really advise you to seek counseling, to seek a therapist. There's nothing wrong with asking for help. There's nothing wrong with looking for resources, getting the treatment you need. There's nothing wrong with mental health illnesses. There's nothing wrong. You are a human being who has human feelings and who goes through human emotions. So I want to say that as an individual, you are matter, you are important, you are loved, you are someone who's so great, right? And I don't want you to lose sight of that, okay? So the last thing I want to talk to you guys about is being an individual. Don't try to fit in. Don't try to fit in, because honestly, the truth of the matter is that when you go to schools, when you go to a college or university, or even as you were in elementary, middle, and high school, there are certain people who are not for you. I tell my friends all the time, and tell people all the time, is that there are certain seasons for certain people. You can't carry everyone with you. You cannot bring everyone with you to the next level, because sometimes separation requires elevation. So never be scared to separate yourself, to take yourself out of different situations, or take yourself out of the friend group, in order to protect your sanity, to protect your peace, and to protect the standards that you have, that you carry with you, right? So as far as how to be an individual, just be mindful of the things that you accept, that you don't accept, the things that you like, that you don't like. And honestly, if you keep that mindset and you keep that attitude, you will find that that's where you want to be, or this place is where you want to be, this place is where you don't want to be. And so from there on, you get to navigate, and you really get to see like what's really for you. Don't do it because it may make you look cool. Don't do it because you may get more followers. Honestly, popularity does not matter. It really doesn't. And some people do get caught up in popularity, but in all sincereness, it doesn't matter. If your character, if your integrity, your kindness, if none of those are displayed, it doesn't matter, y'all. Another thing, I know I said this was the last thing. I was supposed to say it earlier, but I did not. So, be mindful of scholarships. Free money. Free money. Free money. What's that? Sorry. What's that song? Money. Oh, money. Hey, money. Yeah, money. Right. So, like, who doesn't like money? And I'm pretty sure that, especially if you go to Claflin, Claflin is over $26,000. I don't know about y'all, but who gonna have $26,000 right there on the dot?
Cause girl, not me.
Right. You get what I'm saying? So definitely apply for scholarships. Get those recommendations in. Don't wait till the last minute. Do not wait till the last minute. No. Don't do that, y'all. Be productive. Be on time. Be organized. I'm trying to save y'all money. I feel like y'all not listening. Are y'all listening to me? We gonna see. We gonna see. All right, y'all, so this video has been amazing. I hope that you guys have found what I said to be somewhat useful. If you have any questions or if you have any concerns, be sure to reach out to me on any of my socials, which will be right here. And know that I am here for you. I'm a listening ear, and that I really do hope to see some of you guys at Claflin in the fall. See you 26. So excited to see you guys. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to give it a like, give it a comment, and give it a share, and also subscribe to my channel because there's more bangers coming. All right, so without further ado, it's been nice talking to y'all, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.